All right, wizard, here we go. 1, 2. Crap! So he fell in the pit. He starts out with a whopping 4 body points, and now he's down to 3. Let's see. Do I have... I don't think I have monster spawning rules, do I? I think I do. Man, it's been too long since I've... let me look at my Zargon rules. Monster spawning, yes. I was like, do I have to wait until... like there's a turn, or like a monster's on the board and swap those out? At the start of his turn, after adding a threat token if appropriate, Zargon may remove 4 threat tokens from behind his screen to bring any monster ranked lower or listed higher on Zargon's screen or the ranks conversion page than the quest's wandering monster into play. Zargon places this monster on any revealed space that is not in line of sight to any hero. So, yeah, let me do that. That was the wizard that just fell in, right? So now we're looking at my turn. Yeah, before the barbarian does anything, let's spawn something. The wandering monster is a Fimmer. And so what could I spawn for 4? I could spawn... I could spawn an ogre champion. Or... yeah, let's spawn an ogre champion. No. We're in corridors, and they're too big. They're too big. Oh, crap. We could spawn a dark elf assassin. But I think I was going to try and stay more thematic this time around. So instead of a Fimmer, I could spawn 2 orcs. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Just a couple of orc guards walking down the hallway. All right. So, oh, but can I put them? Oh, I can put them way back in the guard room back here. So that's not on camera right now, but it's just down the hallway where they came from. So I'll spawn them down there, and now they can start moving, so we can get them into the action pretty quick here, and maybe even take advantage of both the elf and the wizard being stuck in the pit. So let me find my stats for the orcs. Let's see. Orcs have an attack of 3, a defend of 2, a body of 1, mind 2, move 8. I think that might get them there. And the ability Flesh Eater. Well, let's see if we can get into range first, and then figure out if we want to use the Flesh Eater ability or not. So we'll start with this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, beautiful. Here's what's especially beautiful. Monsters... oh, wait, no. 7, 8. See, I was going to say monsters automatically jump traps, which they do, but he would still need to have an extra space to move to. He can't body surf off heroes like heroes can body surf off of each other in my house rules. Actually, no, that's actually a thing that's in the original rules themselves. What I allow is if there's a big old line of heroes and you land on the last one, you can surf... body surf up to the front of the line if you want. So no, I guess he will stay there, but he's going to attack... well, he's going to attack the wizard, right? The wizard defends with 1 less combat die because he's in the pit. And that really would be better than doing the Flesh Eater thing. The Flesh Eater thing basically allows them to bite into a hero and cause bleed damage, give them a bleed token. But that's more useful if they have a really good defense. So I think what I'd rather do is just try to wail on the wizard here. So the orc gets 3 attack dice. It's going to take his shot. He gets 2 skulls, dang it. The wizard gets, in this pit, only 1 attack die, or defend die. So he's going to take at least 1 hit here. Oh, thankfully he rolls a white shield, so it is just one hit. But even so, there he is down to 2. Not happy about that. Okay, so that's that orc's turn. Let's get this other one in play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he can't quite join the party yet. So that is the end of Zargon's turn. We'll cycle back to the heroes now. Let's see, I got a text. Let me make sure it's nothing urgent. Doesn't look like it. Yep, nope, we're good. All right. So, Barbarian. Well, do we want to forge ahead or address the orc issue? I kind of feel like forging ahead at this point, but I only want to do that if the wizard's really going to be able to get up there. No, the wizard is in too precarious of a situation. Now, the barbarian only has a battle axe. So at this point, he can't do anything to get to that orc. Even if he were to jump the pit trap again and get here. You know what would make the most sense? Would be for him to become the rear guard. Go 1, 2. This could actually work really well. And yeah, that's just what he'll do for his turn. And now the elf is... Well, he does have a crossbow. I'm thinking that he should just step off to the side here and then attack that orc right there with his crossbow. So that's 3 combat dice. And he gets 2 skulls. If memory serves, they get 2 to defend. Is that right? Yeah. So he's got to roll both black shields. Nope. So scratch 1 orc. Let's roll for loot. And it's just a 3, so nothing there. Yeah, good turn, elf. So he's done. Dwarf. Gosh. Kind of sucks, but I think the dwarf is just best off staying there. I don't think he needs to mix it up. Well, unless that orc... No, he's going to go in the pit. I try not to get too much into my head about what I will do. Like when I'm on the hero's turn, I try to just think about what are the heroes going to do given what they see in front of them right now. Don't try to anticipate as the hero player what you will do with the enemies on the enemy turn, because that just turns into a weird feedback loop. So yeah, no, the dwarf's going to stay put. So that's the end for him. Unless, does he want to run over and give somebody a healing potion? No, I think we're all good for now. Okay, so now the wizard Elderast is getting out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feeling much better over here. So that's it. So what I was wondering, a second ago was, will I, with the orc, have him stay here and just wait out the heroes, or jump into the pit and attack one of them at a disadvantage? Well, I quickly realized, before I cut off my line of thinking to just focus on the hero decision, I quickly realized that he has no reason to wait here because the elf has a crossbow. So even though he's going to be at a disadvantage, he's going to get in here and at least try to get in some kind of damage. Because he knows that his Dark Lord Zargon will resurrect him to some kind of horrific, unending torture instead of just letting him die if he slacks off on his duties. The monsters in this world, in my mind, live under a very, very oppressive rule of Zargon. There are fates worse than death for them. So he jumps in there, and who looks weakest to his eye? Well, the elf certainly looks weakest. So he's going to take a swing at the elf. Normally he gets 2 attack dice, but... Oh no, normally he gets 3, but right now he just gets 2. Now, he doesn't take damage when he goes into the pit. I can't remember if that's in the base rules or if that's my rule, but that's just, I've been playing that way for as long as I remember. If they have enough movement, monsters auto-jump traps, and if for whatever reason they enter into a trap, they don't take damage. He rolled two skulls against the elf, who gets 4 defense dice. Come on, elf. What do you got? No. Doesn't roll a single white shield. So he takes both of those hits. And that's going to bring him down to 3. All right. Not great. But that is the end of the monster's turn, which is great. Let's flip back, everybody, to the barbarian's turn now. Yeah, he's just going to take a swing at this dude. He gets, and at a real advantage, because the orc only gets, what, 1 defense die? And barbarian swinging with his battle axe. Oh, man, still only gets 1 skull. That's almost insulting. So that's 1. The orc could survive this. But he's got to roll a black shield. Nope, didn't pull it off. Let's roll for loot. No loot. And there we have that. Okay, so that's the barbarian's turn. He can still move, so he's going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the end of his turn. Elf hopefully can jump this. Anything but a white shield, right? Yeah, he got a black shield, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the end for him. Dwarf still just hanging tight, as is the wizard. Zargon gets a threat, and let's spawn something. I kind of like these orcs and the problems that they can cause from the rear. So let me spawn. Let me spawn a couple orcs around this corner, just out of line of sight. Oops, that's a goblin. Okay. And then maybe I'll ease off on spawning, because I do want to have some threat for traps as heroes open new doors. But yeah, so they auto-jump this trap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Taking a swing from behind. 3 attack dice for the... Whoa. Do we want to try Flesh Eater? Let me look at the rules for Flesh Eater again. All right, Flesh Eater. Targeted hero gains a bleed token. So what's a bleed token? Well, other than a little token that I put on them. At the beginning of every turn, they roll 1 combat die per token. So if you get a lot of these, they can really get nasty. On a skull, they lose a body point. On a white shield, you remove a bleed token. On a black shield, nothing happens. Remove all bleed tokens from any hero who drinks a healing potion or is the target of a healing spell. And this status has no effect on rock skin. Yeah. Let's give it a go. I mean, it's not that he has awesome body armor that I'd want to try and get past, but, well, I guess he's got, at this point, defense that's as good as the barbarian. And, you know, if I could... What does that mean? That means that as long as he has this thing, there's a 50% chance per turn that he'll lose another body point. So, in the long run, this can really do some damage. So, yeah, let's go ahead and try to trigger Flesh Eater. That means now, with my updated rules, that it triggers on anything but a 1 or 2. Crap. Okay, so I rolled a 2, so he grabs at him, tries to claw and bite, but Elf is too reflexiful. But now this orc is in the way, so this other guy can't do much, but I'll get him in position anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that does it for the monster's turn. We cycle back. And the Barbarian. What do you think, Thundar? Is the elf up to handling the rearguard situation while you charge ahead? Or do you want to do Reckless Charge and get back there to get into the melee? I don't think so. Reckless Charge, let me just, to give you some context for my tactical options. Any figure may force their way through an enemy space as long as they end their move on an empty space. So both heroes and monsters can do a Reckless Charge. However, doing this allows every enemy they move through or adjacent to make a free attack against them, for which they may roll only half of their normal defense dice rounded down. Now, it works a bit differently for the elf, who's able to dodge a little bit more easily. But, yeah. I don't think I want to do that right now. But I thought, might as well, while I'm thinking of it, introduce the concept to you guys watching. So yeah, the Barbarian is going to charge ahead. 1, and open up this door. And what do we got in this room? We've got... Well, you're not going to have a very good view of it. I don't know that I can do much with the camera to help. I don't have much camera space to work with over here. But it's a fireplace. It's a very nice looking little fireplace. In fact, that's going to, even if I reposition the camera, that's just not ideal for visibility. So I'll just pop that out. So you know the fireplace is there. Yeah. And then what else is going on in this room? Just an orc. So let's grab one of those guys. Unless, let's see here. What can I swap them out for? I don't know. Nothing I want to swap them out for. Okay. So that was what? 1, and then he opened the door? Is that what happened? Okay, so he's going to keep going in. 2, but let's check and see. On a skull or a black shield, the trap will be triggered on his way in. Skull. So he does get hit with the trap. It's going to be a pit trap. That's the most expensive thing I can afford. That sucks a lot. Because it's the entryway to the room. But I feel like, I mean, for me, when I'm playing solo, I like checking for traps this way because, again, although I'm not in it for challenge as the main reason that I play, I do like a little bit of pushback, whether it's tabletop games or video games, just for the sense of creating a little bit of drama in the story that I'm playing out in front of me. And I can get just a little bit more of that pushback, a little bit more of that tension, that drama, by having pits in doorways that, like, the entire party is going to have to jump at some point. So that just made perfect sense to me when you enter a new room, right there in the doorway, or corridor as you enter. You got to check. So that sucks. His turn is over, and he's at a total disadvantage now for this orc to attack him. That's the Barbarian's turn. Elf. Well, Elf has got to deal with these orcs now. He's got a broadsword. He's also got a Ring of Fire of Wrath. This is in my random treasure table. If you roll a 10 on a d10, then that's the highest. That's the best thing you can find. And my rules kind of randomly generate a little minor artifact, a ring that could be one of several spells that's in it. And you can use it once per quest. This is another thing that potentially makes these guys, my heroes, a little bit OP. But that's all right. I'm playing with it. So, yeah, Ring of Fire of Wrath, that means that he can use this ring, 1 charge per quest, to cast Fire of Wrath, and that spell description, in case you need a refresher, says this spell may be cast on any one monster, blasting it with flames. It will inflict 1 body point of damage unless the monster can immediately roll a 5 or 6 using 1 red die. So yeah, it only takes 1 body point of damage to kill these guys. So I think I will go ahead and have him burn that charge for this quest, and we'll see if the orc can roll a 5 or 6. He cannot. So there goes the orc. Let's roll for loot. 3, so nothing. Yeah, not doing great on my loot rolls for monsters so far. But that's the end of the elf's turn. Well done, elf. Maybe I should mark that somehow. Yeah, put a check mark next to the Ring of Fire of Wrath. Dwarf. Oh, crap, dwarf. If he wants to get in that room, he's got a... Does he have a crossbow? He's got a crossbow. And I think you're maybe not normally allowed to do this in the rules. I can't remember. I'm not sure if you can draw a line of sight through a figure that's in a pit. But I'm gonna rule that you can, because if the pit is deep enough for them to get hurt from falling into it, I don't think we're talking about spiked pits here. Then I think it's got to be deep enough that you're not blocking line of sight for people outside of the pit if you're in the pit. So let's see. He does have to at least move here, though. But yeah, I'll have him move right here, and then he should have a clear shot with his crossbow to the orc. Roll 3 attack dice with the crossbow. And he gets 2 skulls. Very nice. The orc is going to have to roll 2 black shields to survive this. He rolls 1, but that's not enough. So there he goes. And I know it doesn't quite fit theme for me to roll loot when he's so far away. But I'll just, I just rationalize. They get around to it eventually, or I don't know. I guess, well, now it does get a little abstract here, because this room, I don't plan on having the barbarian get out in this room. He's going to get out back into the hallway, because this room's a dead end. But anyway, whatever. I could think about modifying this rule at some point. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. It rolls a 1 anyway, so no loot from that orc. And that's the end of the dwarf's turn. And then finally, it's the wizard's turn. He is just going to stay put. Yeah, no, it is not time to use Seeking Bolt. So that's that. Orc moving forward. Let's try Flesh Eater again, because I think odds are pretty good that it'll work. Just not a 1 or 2 now. Oh my gosh, rolled a 1. Oh well. See, when I'm playing as the monsters, I do usually kind of want them to succeed. Especially if they're using like a power. Because I like these power ideas that I came up with. I like to see them play out. Every once in a while, I don't know, I'll mentally side with the heroes a little bit. Okay, so that's the end of the orc's turn. We cycle back to the barbarian's turn. Let's see, how much time do we have left? Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. So, barbarian's turn. He's just getting out. Well, do I want to search for treasure before I leave? No, not in that pit. And I don't want to... Yeah, no, we're getting out. So, we're going to go 1, 2, 3... crap, I can't really do anything there, can I? I guess I'll just hang here. I think the elf's going to be able to take him. The dwarf also staying put. I could do those reckless charges, but I don't know. Not really feeling it right now. The elf, I think, he's got this. He's got this. Got a broadsword, 3 attack dice. He's got 2 skulls on this attack. So we need 2 black shields to block that and survive. Not gonna happen. There goes the orc. Roll for loot. And a 3, so nothing. Okay, so that was the elf's turn. Now the dwarf can move, and he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he's done. Wizard will just hang tight for now. Zargon's turn. Give me a threat. Back to the heroes. And we begin our sweep of the dungeon. Let's, do we want to cover the left-hand wall? Let's cover the left-hand wall. And we'll go, whose turn is it? It's the barbarian's turn, right? I think? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't like the idea of us all having to jump that trap, but I don't know if there's a way to get around it at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Acrobat. What does that mean for traps again? Just on a white shield, he falls in. And he does not fall in. Where was he? I don't know, somewhere around here, let's say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess. Dwarf. 1, 2. Come on now, not a skull. Ah! He falls in. Turnover. Wizard. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got to stay there for now. Zargon gets a threat. Enough to spawn a pit trap when I get the opportunity to trigger one. Back to the heroes. Alright, barbarian, jump this trap. 1. Dang it! Alright, he's doing fine. I can't complain too much. He's down to 6. But that's the end of his turn. Elf. 1. Let's, we gotta adjust our camera here. Sorry about that. Alright, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost ready to round this corner. I'll just remove that cabinet. We're not going back in there. So that's the elf. Dwarf. Getting out of this dumb pit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the wizard has to jump this trap. 1, 2. Come on, Elderast. Come on now. Yeah! That's how it's done, idiot! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess, if I didn't miss my count. So that's the end of that. Alright, cycle back to the barbarian. Get out of there, barbarian. Come on! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jumps up here. He's done. Elf's gonna round this corner. 1. What might we see? Not much. So let's see here. So this hallway is blocked with stone. And that is all that he can see at this point. So he took, what, 1 step? 1? But this is a new corridor, and so we've got to roll... Dang it, we've got to roll for a trap. Oh, I think I've forgotten when I sprung those traps. I think I forgot to give them a chance to dodge it. I've been forgetting that. I've been a little bit harder on myself than I should have been. Okay, so yeah, let's roll. It's got to be a skull or a black shield will trigger a trap. A skull. Okay. So it's going to be another pit trap. But does he fall in? Or not? He's got to roll. What is it? Anything but a white shield, I think. So yeah, he's good. So that was his step. He went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I want to have him search for treasure? I don't know. I don't like searching for treasure in corridors because of the stinking pit traps that you can run into. So, no. We'll wait for a room. So that's the elf. Dwarf. Make your move, dwarf. 1, 2, 3. So he is going to just try and jump it, I guess. Nice. No skull. 4, 5, 6, I think. And then the wizard. Oh, come on, Elderast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes! 5, 6. Very nice. Oh, I did spring that trap, so I gotta pay for it. Okay. So now we cycle back to the hero's turn. I'm pretty low on threat. I've just got 2 threat at this point. I mean, I get an extra every turn, so I'll recover, but not gonna have any surprises for a little bit here. Alright, Barbarian. Here we go. 1. He hasn't jumped this yet? Jeez Louise. 1, 2. Oh, wow. He actually got a white shield. Can't believe it. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Elf's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This won't be super eventful, I don't think. Dwarf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wizard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Threat for Zargon. Cycle around. Barbarian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And elf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dwarf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And wizard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Threat for Zargon. Cycle around. I could be rolling and, sprinting. That's just rolling the standard 2d6 that the rules normally have you do. I don't know. There's something that generally I like about a predictable number of steps that you can take. I've thought about upping it from 6 to 7. 8 doesn't feel quite right, but I don't know. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Elf. This is riveting gameplay, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Getting close, though. Dwarf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And wizard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Give my threat to Zargon. And look at that. Just like that. Already, I've got enough to spawn a trap in time for them to turn this corner. It's coming. Barbarian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's interesting that he's not leading the charge right now, but because of the way I handle movement, because of the threat system, like in classic HeroQuest, I would have by now just been repositioning them to the next door or whatever, or the next corridor. They're going to peer around, no monsters. Okay, then we just move all the guys. So you could really kind of zip through this game really fast, playing with the standard rules once you're super familiar with it. And by the final years that my friend and I were playing this game, which I've got a friend that I started playing this game with in high school. We played this all the way until well into my 20s. I think we were done before I reached 30. Yeah, we were done before I reached 30. But man, we got so much play out of this, and by the end, we had all these little shortcuts and things. All right, so elf. Here we go. Gonna round this corner. 1, 2. So let's reveal the corridor, and then we will roll for a trap. We've got an orc right there in his face, and he's got to check for a trap. That sucks. So let's see here. On a... What is it? A skull or black shield. Okay, we got a skull. So there's another pit trap. Right there. His turn is over, and he's going to be attacked at a disadvantage. That sucks. That sucks. Hey guys, Pater Franson here. Want to play games to save lives? Then join me again this year for Game Save, our annual charity fundraising event in support of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, whose compassionate care and cutting-edge research has been saving the lives of children all over the world for decades. Joining the Game Save team only requires a willingness to ask friends and family to consider donating toward your fundraising efforts. Team members also usually do something fun and game-related to draw attention to their fundraising, like a special game night at your home or church, or like me, you can do a crazy 24-hour video game marathon. Now, I'm theming my fundraising around video games, but you can also use tabletop games if you want. What you do to raise funds is entirely up to you, but by joining the Game Save team, you can get support and encouragement from myself and other team members and have more attention drawn to your fundraising efforts. You can get more information about the origins and heart behind Game Save itself at gamesave.christiangeekcentral.com. To join the team, make an account at tiltify.com, then click on the link below and click Support Campaign. After that, follow the instructions to create your own personal campaign in support of the CGC Team Campaign. To help your donors avoid confusion, I recommend using your name and the phrase CGC Game Save 23 as the name of your individual campaign. After that, as team leader beginning in October, I provide team members with weekly tips and resources to make your fundraising as fun, easy, and effective as possible. October is going to be our main push for fundraising, capping things off with my annual 24-hour video gaming live stream on November 4th, although you are welcome to continue fundraising until the end of November 30th, when our official final total will be tallied. If you have any questions before or after signing up, you can reach me anytime at paeter@spiritblade.com. I'm happy to help, and I hope that you'll consider being a part of this with me. I can't wait to get started. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.